right, Abusia, Yinchi on the sound so a more quabemble channel so Abusia for her, that's why I bear me the GH. The best was so best subscribe to my YouTube channel. No Abusia, a yes, Zenator Rawlings, yes, Abusia, and a Parliament. Mammy Edim Common, yes, or cancel after say a yes, Speaker of Parliament, a Casayo. Or my quine say a yes, Zenator Rawlings in common Abusia, and common me at the away Parliament to Abusia for I know Eddie, yes. Just say when Dr. Honorable Zenator Rawlings and Wakasa or Dim Common. My intimacy ha that's why you bear me the judge abusia but my answer best subscribe like na wa bo aso ahye dwuma di na for person be ti no enya bi eti ha that's why you bear me the judge
to attend the meeting. Now, because this provision in the law is also dealing with the National Security Council meeting, the provision in the Constitution, particularly in Article 83(3), is being lifted and placed in this particular law for me for ease of reference, because if this is not in this law, the president has the constitutional power to do it anyway. Now, by the introduction of the amendment, what we'll be having in this law will have a tie different from what is stated in the Constitution. So clearly, I'm seeing it as an amendment, because if it is not seen as an amendment, when you put this law together, it is the Constitution that prevails.
Mr. Speaker, I believe that since you are concerned with the amendment, maybe you can add an additional amendment to this one, so that what you are saying stands, and then the additional provision will be that the person who has been nominated by the president.
Kwabi, do you have the Constitution with you? Maybe we are not reading the. If you put the provision in the Constitution 83(3) and then clause 3(2) together, you realize that it is verbatim. It's just copied and pasted there. That's why I'm saying that any attempt to add. And in drafting, if you use a constitutional language, you don't add. Yes, let me hear you, Honorable James Agalga.
Mr. Speaker, this matter does not even admit of any form of debate, because the clause is so clear. It reads, with your kind permission, composition of National Security Council. That is clause 1. And it says, the National Security Council established by Article 83 of the Constitution consists of. So this is a direct lift from Article 83, and it goes on and on and on. In fact, the wording is verbatim, the lifting is verbatim. It goes on and on and on, and now it talks about meetings. We've amended the procedure at meetings, deleted procedure at the head notice meetings of the council. Is lifting verbatim. And so, Mr. Speaker, you are right in stating that any attempt to introduce the amendment he's proposing would amount to an amendment of Article 83, which is entrenched. So let's allow this to pass. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Yes, let me hear from the chairperson of the committee.
Yes, thank you. Just to add that if you look at the interpretation section of the bill, it defines what council is, and council is National Security Council. So please make reference, and you'll find that council, for brevity's sake, used in the bill. The interpretation tells you what council means. So you were saying which council, and the interpretation speaks to that. So council is National Security Council. Thank you.
Yes, you have the floor.
Yes, thank you very much.
Consideration stage.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Look, I think that my colleagues are just, with respect, missing the point, because my friend and brother just walked in. My argument here has nothing to do with the section 1 or clause 1. My argument has to do with 3(2). And what I'm saying, and after this I'll sit down and leave everything to the Speaker. What I'm saying is that if you look at it, it says that the President may, acting in consultation with Council, invite such other persons So my issue is that those other persons that will be invited, they are the ones I am asking that we can subject them to oath of secrecy. That's my question. So you haven't even addressed it. You completely lost the plot. So I'm saying that if we can add the suggested amendment, it will protect the state. Of course, Mr. Speaker disagrees, and he believes that this is lifted from the Constitution, and so any addition will amount to constitutional amendment. But I am saying that if the framers wanted us to know that this is from the Constitution, they would have stated it just like they did for Section 1 of the clause, and that's all I'm making. That's the point I'm making.
You see, Honorable John Dako, in drafting, when there is a need for cross-referencing, then they do the cross-referencing. But in this particular case, the Constitution established a National Security Council with its composition with associated rights. So this is not an issue of cross-referencing Article 83 of the Constitution, so that they would have stated Article 83 of the Constitution. If you look at Clause 1, 2, and 3, you will realize that it is a repetition of the constitutional provision in Article 83. So this is not a matter of cross-referencing.
Then, with respect, why did we amend the 2? Why did the chairperson ask that if 1, 2, and 3 are directly lifted from the Constitution, then why did she take the 2 out? And you agree that it too should be taken out as well?
Now let's look at 83. Yes, let me give you the floor. I seem to be talking too much.
Mr. Speaker, the deletion that was proposed by the committee is to allow this bill to be aligned with Article 83 of the Constitution, which is an entrenched section of the Constitution. So we just do not want to change what is there, where the president is given flexibility of 3 people, now being narrowed down to 3 specific people, namely immigration, National Fire Service, and gender balance. So it's really just respecting what's in the parent document, which is the Constitution.
So if you look at, in other words, if you look at the constitutional provision in Article 83, it doesn't have the 2. That was the basis of deleting the 2. Yes, honourable members, can I now put a question? Yes.
Mr. Speaker, mine is not, this begs the question where the minister is. The minister and the deputy minister. This is a major security situation. They can, with all deference to them, come and dump and then move away. They should be contributors of this debate.
And especially to give direction.
And then when it is critical to solicit their views on this, then on policy matter, we can go back to them and ask them. But as usual, they will come, leave it and give it to the chairman, who perhaps, or the chairpersons, I'm not sure which one. Yes,
So,
who could have been a minister?
Honorable Jerry Ahmed, what is your suggestion?
Mr. Speaker.
Honorable Minority Leader, I think I'll come to you.
Oh, no, Mr. Speaker.
Because I'm just asking him to offer the suggestion in the circumstances.
Yes, Mr. Speaker.
So when you get up, he will not be able to respond.
Yes, Mr. Speaker, he was echoing the position of our side. And I just wanted to pick it up from there to make the point clearer. If you grant me the leave.
Yes, but you know the rules pertaining to that.
He has to yield to me. Elucidation.
I just asked that you know the rules pertaining to
Mr.
that.
Speaker, so you mean elucidation? You want to take me to the rules classroom
when you and I learned the rules together, Mr. Speaker, elucidation, that's why
yes, because the rule says that it is
Mr.
when
Speaker,
a member.
you must not be too hard on the leader.
No, I'm not too hard.
But you know, I've learned my rules.
Yes, but they say if the member is ready, you understand, he is on the floor. You understand?
So elucidation, you want him to say it?
No, it's not the circumstances he is on the floor.
Mr. Speaker, invoke prudence. Invoke prudence and let's make progress. I beg you.
So I am a man of the rules, you are the man of the prudence. Yes, minority leader, you have the floor.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. You are all we have. So you are all we have. So we fight and reconcile. That's the beauty of it. Mr. Speaker, I remember you saying that in your days as a ranking on the Constitution and Legal Affairs, there were times that you had to literally shepherd some bills in this very house. It is true. I know also for a fact your industry at Winnowing, where you would always be with Honorable Chairman Sabonsu, the majority leader, as he then was. Mr. Speaker, but there can be exceptions. This is becoming one too many. Mr. Speaker, the argument I followed on TV prior to entering and upon entering, if you pay attention to what my senior at the bar, Senior Gaga, and my colleague John Darko, were putting across, clearly you could see that there is a policy issue. Mr. Speaker, you would come in with your experience and knowledge on drafting to guide, but the heavy lifting shouldn't be the chair's responsibility.